Alright guys, so since purchasing the boat in the last video, I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I've noticed a lot of things that's wrong with this boat, and oh my god, this thing is gonna take a lot of work. I'm hoping to get it on the water like halfway through September, because I'm actually off from school for like the next month. I got like 20 something days, actually like 21 days exactly until I actually start school back up. So I'm gonna just try to do my best to knock out this entire floor and get as far as I can with this boat. So hopefully we can get it on the water in September. You know, because I'm really excited to fish out of it, you know. So right now though, we're gonna tear up a little chunk of the floor. As you guys can tell, I really wanted to get working on it today. It's actually my off day, but gotta love Florida. It's been constantly raining and it's been annoying. So we're gonna cut up a little chunk, guys. Right here, you guys can see is that there's definitely it is a spongy deck. There is a ton of water under here. Let me do that again so you guys could see. I don't know if you guys are able to tell, but like the deck is like, you can tell there's like water in it. You get over there? You can tell there's water in it. You could just feel it. So we gotta figure out where that water came from. I have a feeling there's a there is a gash in that side on the water level that I'm gonna have to repair. Which I already have an idea of how to do that, so that's not really the end of the world, but this whole floor has got to go. And another thing I've noticed too, guys, is back there where my transom is, not the actual transom, but the floor back there too is really, really bad and needs to be replaced. So I want to just kind of get an idea of what is under this floor as far as foam. Is there, you know, plywood? What the hell's under there? Water. So we're gonna cut a little bit of chunk of the boat and we're gonna go ahead and find out what the hell's under here. So I think we're gonna cut this little square right here, guys, and just see. So as you guys can tell, this is just like really shitty gel coat that somebody put on there previously that just wasn't maintained and stuff. And then you guys can see the old fiberglass like right here and stuff. And so there's a ton of water. So I wanna try to get some of this water out, maybe see what kind of foam is under there so we can kind of get an idea of what supplies we're gonna need as we get going on this floor. Oh my god, see, there's all that water that's stuck inside of the actual boat. It is dirty, and I have a bad feeling about this because that it looks sort of like the epoxy. Okay. So we're gonna have to clean all this up. This is not the sharpest blade. God, all this water. All right, guys, so we cut up a chunk of the boat, and we're in for a little bit more than I thought. We knew there was water lodged under here, but the wood is just peeling right up. This wood is completely just rotted. I mean, this is all gonna have to be changed, which we already knew, but it's just a little bit more hectic seeing it, you know, in person. And it's just, there's a ton of water under this entire deck. And I have, like I said, I'm pretty sure I know how it got there. But the next plan of action is just going to be taking this whole deck apart, completely changing the wood, new fiberglass. We're going to have to take out the foam that's already in there, make sure the foam is dry, and just put new foam. And we're going to have to re-fiberglass the inside of the hull just to reinforce it, being that it is an old boat. And I'm not too sure. I mean, obviously the previous owner really didn't take too much good care of it. I mean, they killed it with the wiring part in the center console and everything, but as far as the actual structure, integrity of the boat goes, they didn't do too well a job. Because look at this, I mean, this boat is just cooked. I mean, and this whole deck is just soft, and they knew it too, because back there they have they put like caulking. You caulk like the side of like of this or whatever. They just put that in a soft spot in the back of the boat, thinking that it was going to stop the water from going in there. So I mean, the previous owner of this boat really didn't have a good idea, I'm guessing, of how to really maintain a boat with soft spots and how to refiberglass it. So it's going to be a little challenging, being that it's my first time doing something like this, but it'll be kind of cool. We get to show you guys, and you guys will learn with me. So just a little update. So I'm going to try to go through this wood and see what's under this wood, and it looks right here, I think I already see the foam right here. And the foam is, of course, soaked. So we're gonna need some new foam too. So this whole deck has to come up. Gonna need some new foam. So I guess let me go and get this wood up, and I'll show you guys the soaked foam. So we'll cut back to that in a second. All right, guys. So I tore up a little bit more of the wood, and as you guys can tell, the foam in here is soaked. So I hope to God that the underside of the hull isn't soaked.
What?
The water. Oh my God, man. No. Can you lift it up? Watch out, you're gonna rip my whole floor up.
She did put anchors, right? Yeah. There's your root cause.
What?
This box.
What do you mean the box?
She didn't seal the box. Because what she should have done, okay, is when she put the box down, now see there is anchors.
Right.
So we're gonna have to do that when we do it back.
Okay.
But she should have just laid marine sealant all underneath. Now she did a little bit. Looks like this little bit here, maybe. But then you put these, they're not even in there. It's hard to tell. But here's where all your water came in.
All right, guys, so as you can tell, this whole deck is rotted. All this wood needs to come up. I mean, you're not supposed to be able to break marine wood like this. So we actually found the cause of the problem, and that would be when the person put the center console in, they didn't seal the screws, and they didn't seal the flap that went right here. So the water was coming into the center console where the battery was, which is, again, a big no-no. And then they were going right into the screws, and since the screws weren't sealed off, they were going right into the hull of the boat, therefore making this giant mess, soggy mess. So lesson is, you screw it in right, and all this doesn't have to get redone. So we're already pulling up some of the deck. We already see some of the foam. You guys can see that right there. And we're gonna have to do it in sections because of the wiring. We don't want to mess with hydraulics, so we're gonna do it. We're gonna tear it right back up to here,
and then we're gonna fiberglass all this, fix this, foam this, close this off, and then once this is done, we'll put the center console back, and then we'll do this area. So for the time being, it's ripping up soggy wood. Get all this wood up. Oh, dude, sorry. It was an accident. All right, guys, so here's end of day one. Let me show you guys what we got done. So we tore through the fiberglass deck, through only about half of it, and there was 2 sheets of marine plywood, which we already went ahead and got rid of that. And then, as you guys know, there's the foam, which helps the boat float. So we scraping away at that. And right here, guys, is a piece of the hull, which it's wet, but appears to be solid. So we're gonna go ahead and fiberglass that when we get a chance, but there doesn't seem to be stringers in this boat, which is the weirdest thing. There's a wooden support right there for the deck, which you can see that right there, but there's no stringers. So once we get all this foam taken out, we're gonna go ahead and let that dry, re-fiberglass the entire inside, foam it, fiberglass over the foam, marine plywood, and then 2 sheets of fiberglass over that. So here's what we're looking after day one, and we'll cut back to you on day 2. All right, guys, so it's been a few days since we've actually worked on the boat, mainly because I have work. I work full-time, as well as I'm a full-time student, guys. So this boat hasn't got really much work since the last segment of this video that you guys have seen. So right over here, you guys can tell we ripped up some of the deck. We got a little bit of the foam up so far. One thing I've noticed, guys, is that we had I bought the boat cover for it the day I got the boat to hold the, like, you know, make sure the boat stayed nice and dry and everything, but that boat cover, like, water would seep through it. So what I did was I bought this huge tarp for like 20 bucks at Walmart, and that kind of like helped out a little bit. Like it would sort of like make sure no more extra water got in the boat, and it actually did work. But as you guys can tell, the previous water that was already in the boat made like moisture and stuff like that, and it like completely like made like air pockets in my gel coat. So now the gel coat just like peels off now because the moisture that was inside of the boat. So probably not the best that the boat hasn't been able to like breathe, I guess, in a few days, but it is what it is, man. So we're just gonna go ahead and clean up all this deck. I want everything dry today. I want all this foam out. I want all the water that's in here, you know, from previously just gone. So we're gonna do a time lapse. I'm hoping the entire deck will be up today, so that hopefully on Wednesday or part 2 of this video, we'll go ahead and get to re-fiberglassing the inside of the hull. So this right here, guys, needs to be re-fiberglassed. So hopefully we'll get all this stuff done today, and we'll be ready for part 2 on Wednesday. So let's get to it, guys. All right, guys, so Andrew and I have been working on it for like maybe the past hour. You guys can tell we made a little bit of progress. Nothing too crazy. I mean, like, it's insane. We just started this garbage bag today, and we maybe got like freaking 10 pounds of foam right here, guys, and it looks like we barely made a dent. So the biggest cost in this whole project is going to be garbage bags, I guess, for all this freaking wet foam. So that's always fun. So a little update, guys. Just want to show you what we did. We went ahead and cut up a little bit more to get the rotten wood out, and a little bit of bad news is that under here is a little wet, so we're gonna have to go a little bit further and make sure it's not wet even further under there, which kind of sucks, but figured out. And then I got into here, guys, more on the gunnels and stuff. So if we can get under there, let me show you guys. So the fiberglass is fine. Like I said, we're gonna re-fiberglass this whole underside and everything, but the foam, there's actually foam in here and it was a little wet. So I mean, this right here is all like, it's solid. So I mean, I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, guys. So I'm gonna have to watch some videos, do some research, and maybe just let the foam like air out a little bit, guys. Maybe it's just the moisture and stuff, and hopefully we'll be fine. But all this has to go, and we're only like halfway done on this entire boat. We only got like sort of a half done. I mean, like I said, guys, we got that bag over there from today, and we got that garbage bag over there from the other day. So it's gonna be a freaking project, boys. It's, the Florida humidity is ridiculous. I'm sweating my balls off right now, and it is insane, guys. So we'll cut back to you with another update. Probably the worst part of the boat, guys, is pretty much just filling in the it's like taking out all the foam. Sorry, it's so hot out here, guys. Taking out all the foam, and then everything else should be a lot easier. But this foam just like breaks in such small chunks. You have to like we'll do exactly what Andrew's doing here for like an hour. So a lot of work, but we're making progress, as you guys can see. So almost half the boat done. We got this half to go. So I guess we'll cut. All right, guys. Making the kid with the broken arm do all the work. All right, guys. So you guys saw the work. You guys saw the combination of a couple days worth of work. So here's the end product of video number 1 for the Boston whaler restoration. We got like 75% of this deck ripped up and foam taken out. So most of this we just have to little chip away. The middle is the worst part of it. So we just got to chip away a little bit in the middle, and we just have a small little amount to go left. So in part 2, guys, we're going to go ahead and finish up that back deck. I don't know if I'll end up showing that to you guys, and then we're going to assess the damages, and then in part 2 we're going to go ahead and fix this little bad boy right here. So it's an easy fix. It's just going to take some sanding. It's going to take some fiberglassing. So in the next video we should get onto the fiberglass part, just for that hole, since we're going to have access to the inside of the hole, so that we could fix it from both sides, guys. So that right there we'll get fixed in the next video. But as far as progress goes, guys, I'm very excited. We're moving at a really quick pace for how much work it actually is. I mean, this might not look like a lot, but guys, I'm telling you, to rip up this foam like it is, we're digging at it with hammers, you know, with freaking wedges and stuff, and it breaks up in these small little pieces, and it does not make it very easy for us. So, and if you guys know, if you guys ever restored a boat, you guys know. So not too bad. We're letting it air out. You know, there was still water. The foam was all, you know, wet, so we're letting the whole, you know, air out and everything else, and we're kind of just giving it some time to dry, and, you know, assessing what work we have to do to the inside of the hull, which, like I said, guys, I do want to re-fiberglass the entire inside of the hull before we go ahead and lay new foam. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching part 1 of the Boston whaler restoration. Looking forward to many more videos, and I'll see you in part 2, guys. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you later. Please like, comment, and subscribe.